Okay, joining us from Srinagar, we have Pirzada Muhammad Amin Shah, Secretary of the Muslim Personal Law Board of J&K, along with Mufti Nasirul Islam, is the Deputy Grand Mufti. We strongly disagreed last week. Also with us this evening is Shahid Siddiqui, Chief Editor of Nai Dunya. Welcome. We have the petitioner Vishwalochan Madan. Madanji, welcome. Subramaniam Swami, Senior Leader of the BJP. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. We'll be joined by Ijaz Maqbool and Maulana Khalid Rashid in a bit. Thanks very much indeed. Okay, so Shahid Siddiqui, what really is this? Do you feel the court has been too cagey about it? The court has said there is no legal sanction for a fatwa. But has it gone far enough? Because despite there not being a legal sanction for fatwas, fatwas are issued completely illegally and enforced illegally on unsuspecting and innocent people.
Arnab, if you are in a mood to listen, then I will say a few things. I welcome the judgment because the fatwas never had any legal sanction.
Yes.
They had some social sanction. Now that social sanction has to be fought. The legal sanction was not there. It was not there even during the Mughal rules. So let's not turn them into, and they are not courts. Dar-ul-Qaza means the office of the Qazi. Darul-Ifta means arbitrary court, arbitrary office, not a court. So to call them court is wrong. And these fatwas are not at all, Muslims do not take them seriously, and out of thousands of fatwas, these few hundred fatwas which are nonsensical were rejected by the Muslim community and the Muslim ulama. But at the same time, I will say the time has come when Muslims themselves should do a lot of introspection and should see to it what is wrong with their whole system and should go for reforms. That I agree with. But at the same time, don't make an issue out of a non-issue. These are not parallel courts. They were never parallel courts. They are not meant to be parallel courts.
Certainly an issue because you can't break the law of the land.
Of course, everything is an issue for you.
No, it's not an issue for me. It's a practical issue. You may not want to. Well, I'll tell you why it's an issue. Because there are people who issue fatwas against women wearing skirts.
Everything is an issue.
There are people who issue fatwas against women playing sports. There are people who issue fatwas against watching cartoons and music.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, what is a fatwa? Do you know that? Fatwa is the opinion from you go to any lawyer and ask for his opinion. You don't agree with their opinion.
Yeah, so then you can say the same thing about
you go to another lawyer, take another opinion, reject
can you?
It. Similarly,
don't.
Khap panchayat is different.
No, Mr.
Siddiqui, reject all khap panchayat.
Mr. Siddiqui, you are completely wrong, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. If you have now you ask me whether I have the patience to listen. I'm asking you whether you have the patience to listen.
You know everybody is wrong in your court.
No. I'm asking you whether you have the patience. My point
everybody is wrong. You also have a holder court, my dear Arnab Goswami.
No court. My question is this. Let's go to the petitioner tonight. Actually,
all the fatwas. These are the fatwas from Mr. Goswami.
No, I'm giving the other point of view. Let's hear from the petitioner. My question is tonight.
Give me a fatwa.
I'm not giving you a fatwa. I'm saying that suppose you are saying it is not permissible to be passing judgments that infringe on an individual's rights when approached by a third party. Can today any of those people who issue fatwas decree and give a written guarantee that they will never pass a fatwa or decree about a person's individual right? Can, for example, the Deputy Grand Mufti who carries that big title...
They should be arrested. If they do that, they should be arrested. If somebody infringes on the personal right of anybody,
was the Grand Mufti arrested?
He should be arrested and punished for it.
Was the Grand Mufti arrested?
Yes, arrest that Mufti if he is.
Was the Grand Mufti arrested?
On the fundamental right of anybody under the Constitution.
Really? When he
should be arrested. I'm saying should be arrested.
Was he arrested?
If it is against the fundamental right of anybody.
Was he arrested?
Whether it's from a khap or it's from a...
No. Was he arrested? Was the Grand Mufti arrested?
Why not? He should be. I'm saying he should be.
He should be. Yes, you should.
Why not?
Mufti Nasirul Islam.
Should be arrested.
Mufti Nasirul
Islam. That's what I'm saying.
Shahid Siddiqui, who is well versed in Muslim personal law and other legal issues, says in his view, your father should have been arrested for putting out that fatwa.
Please, Mr. Arnab Goswami.
If it is against the law of the nation.
Of course it is against the law of the nation what was done then. If you choose to believe the law of the nation.
Sharia.
What?
Sharia is based on Quran and Sunnah.
Wearing skirts.
It's a universal law, and no one above no one above the land and below the sky has any authority to sit on judgment on it. You must understand. You must understand that. And I request, I disagree with Mr. Shahid that you cannot, the courts, these Sharia courts are functioning here. Arnab, can I come in?
No, Mr. It seems to me, Mr. Deputy
They
Grand
have the
Mufti,
sanction of the law, Mufti Sahab.
they have no sanction of the law. It is self-imposed.
They are above the constitution.
That's
are
what
they
he's
above
saying.
the constitution?
That's what he's saying.
As an Indian, I don't regard them as above the constitution.
What do you mean? What do you mean by Mr. Shahid about the constitution?
You heard that now. That's the
What do you
mindset.
mean?
That's the
Constitution
mindset
of
that is being carried by these
the
people.
common civil code, our civil code is under our law.
Yeah.
Mr. Mufti Sahab, you are from Jammu and Kashmir. You may not agree with our constitution, but our constitution say whatever sanction Muslim Shariat has, it is according to the law given by the British. Common civil code was given by the Muslim personal law was codified by the British, not by the Shariat. Justice Amiruddin did it.
No, don't you understand?
You must distinguish between personal law and Quran Sharif.
Muslims are governed by the Quran and Sunnah.
Okay, so Mr. Mufti Nasirul Islam.
But you are confusing the two issues.
Mr. Nasirul
Mr. Mufti Sahab, Muslims in Pakistan are governed by the law of Pakistan.
I have listened with great
Not by the Quran, by the law of Pakistan in Pakistan.
I want to say something to Mr. Islam.
You go to ISIS area if you want to do that.
Mr. Nasirul Islam. Mr. Nasirul Islam. Mr. Nasirul Islam, Mr. Nasirul Islam, I'll just tell you one thing. I have listened with great interest. I have listened with great interest to your very weak argument.
No, I am saying in
And I have only one thing to ask you.
It is not Shariat law.
No, I have
Alone,
only
it is
one.
the law of Pakistan.
I have only one thing to ask our guest in Srinagar tonight. Shahid Siddiqui, let me ask him. According to one of these fatwas, a woman who is raped by her father-in-law loses her marital status.
Yeah.
Right? So let me ask the gentleman there, in the Imrana rape case of 2005, when a 28-year-old woman was raped by her own father-in-law, according to this law, she is the one to be punished and should lose her legally wedded status. In other words, she should first be raped by her father-in-law and then punished by society, decreed by your law. I tell you today, sir, this country rejects such a law. And you ought to realize the progressive law in which we live.
Please read out.
Even the Muslims of this country
Don't
reject.
tell me about reading. I am giving you a live example. Did this happen in 2005 or not?
Is very poor.
You are quoting one reference. There are hundreds and thousands.
I'll give you more.
Who have been raped by their. Listen to me, sir. Listen to me, sir.
Sir, this is not a.
We are guided.
Sir, this is a secular country. Now you have to know your limits in a secular country.
Yes, definitely. But लेकिन जो वहाँ से आप कह रहे हैं वो भी देख लीजिए ना आप किस आधार पर कह रहे हैं. So far Constitution of India is concerned, it has been constructed by
कहाँ से पकड़ के लाते हो यार तुम इन लोगों को?
So far, listen. नहीं क्या कह रहे हैं आप पता नहीं वहाँ से क्या कह रहे हैं और आप कहते हैं कहाँ से ये पकड़ के ला रहे हैं. You should know आप क्या कह रहे हैं. आपको पहले इस बात का अंदाजा होना चाहिए.
भाई
अगर आपको मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ के बारे में कुरान के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है तो
नहीं लागू है. India is not an Islamic state. You must also understand this.
If you are not
India is not an Islamic state.
Secondary question, I will not.
And you are talking as if India is an Islamic state.
We have in India. Second largest community is in India.
No, 1 second. You live in a secular country. Please don't cross the limits.
India are Muslims.
No.
Absolutely right you are. We are living in a secular country, but so far Muslims are there, Sikhs are there, Hindus are there. हर एक का अपना जो है पर्सनल लॉ है.
नहीं,
हिंदू को अपना क्या
Personal law, don't mix it up.
हाथ भी कटवाओगे, चोर के हाथ काटोगे आप?
नहीं, you see, you're so
आप
mixed.
चोर के हाथ क्यों नहीं कटवाते?
Let's get one more point of view tonight
इसको आप मिक्स मत करिए ना।
from Subramaniam Swami.
आप एक बात कहते हैं,
मौलाना खालिद रशीद
इसको ले जाते हैं पहले एक पॉइंट को।
पीरजादा जी, देखिए मेरी बात,
बात सुनिए,
आप लॉजिकली सुनिए, मुझे पता है, I know that you'd be concerned today, but you can't have a Sharia law in India. You know why? Because your defense is that the Muslim Personal Law Shariat Application Act of 1937, it guarantees. Sir, read the law.
We don't.
Sir, read the law. Read the law, sir. Read the law.
So far we are Muslim.
We don't need your certificate.
Sir, you don't need my certificate. You don't even believe in the constitution of this country. What are you saying?
why?
You don't believe in the constitution of this country, then go live somewhere else.
अरे अगर आप अपनी बात हमारे मुंह में रख रहे हैं, वो that is secondary question.
आपको मैं कह रहा हूं कि
आप बात को तरोड़ मरोड़ के पेश कर रहे हैं.
Mr. Pirzada and Mufti Nasirul Islam, I'll tell you something.
Listen to me first.
You listen to me.
पहले बात सुनिए.
Yeah, you listen to me, Mr. Pirzada. I'm asking you a question. Are you going to listen to me?
अपनी बात हमें कह रहे हैं.
Pirzada ji,
Listen to me first.
If you don't listen, I'll have to switch off your mic.
मुसलमान के लिए कुरान, बात सुनिए ना प्लीज.
आप मेरी बात सुनिए.
मुसलमान के लिए कुरान, प्रॉफिट सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, ये सब चीजें जब एक है, कुरान एक है, शरिया एक है, उसको उसी के आधार में चलना चाहिए. हाँ, अगर बाकी मामलात हैं, whether it is proprietary, whether it is बाकी,
this is ridiculous.
4 इमाम हैं, अलग-अलग इंटरप्रिटेशन है.
लेकिन
इमाम हनफी, इमाम शाफई, इमाम मालिकी, इमाम हम्बली,
चारों इमाम के अलग-अलग है.
Administering issues relating to Muslims.
लेकिन वो मुसलमान ही है ना, चाहे जाफिया है, हम्बली है.
Anyway, Shahid Siddiqui, let's get the others in. I'd like to get in Subramaniam Swami at this stage. 1 second, please. Pirzada ji, आपने बहुत बात रखी, दूसरों को भी बात रखने दीजिए, please. I want to get in Subramaniam Swami. You're hearing this argument. Now, one can call it an infantile argument, one may call it an unreasoned argument, but it is being put through with a lot of vehemence and some strange kind of conviction. Why is this happening, Subramaniam Swami? Is it because we haven't clamped down hard enough on the fact that in a secular country you cannot have people who try and have a parallel form of justice?
Well, obviously what you're saying is correct. We have not enforced the constitution, because in Australia, if anyone talks about the Sharia, is put in jail. And there all the Muslim community is quite happy, accepting uniform civil code. Even the United States. It's only in India. Only in India they talk about Sharia and others. Secondly, they may say Sharia is just an opinion. But what happened to that professor in Kerala, whose hand was cut? Whatever it is my agenda based on the Indian Constitution. You can't have Hindus denied the right to celebrate Diwali in Saudi Arabia and build temples there, but you can build mosques here. You can have all your outdated ideas, but when it comes to Australia, you tremble there because they'll catch you and put you in jail. So India has to learn from that. I would like the Narendra Modi government to enforce this Supreme Court order in a strict way.
Well, let's see if they do that. Ijaz Maqbool, welcome to the debate. Maulana Khalid Rashid. Yes, okay, Ijaz Maqbool. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Need your certificate.
After that. Sun lijiye, Pirzada ji, be patient. Be patient, Mr. Pirzada ji. This is not Saudi Arabia. Thank you. Yes. This is not Saudi Arabia. It will never be. Thank you.
Arnab, there is some misconception about the judgment which has been delivered today.
Arnab, I can hear you. Go ahead.
There is some misconception about the judgment which has been delivered today. The petitioner, Vish Lochan, who is an advocate, I appeared for the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. We said that he is a busybody and he could not have filed this petition. Supreme Court, and in the prayers he had prayed that the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has that Qazis and Dar-ul-Qaza, and that should be disbanded. And he said that there is a parallel judicial system which is prevailing in the country which is not permissible. Supreme Court has rejected his petition and has said that his argument is misconceived. So, and the entire argument since the judgment
I have read that.
delivered.
Sir, I have read that, but I must say this. One minute,
that
sir.
is misconceived.
No, I have read
now
this.
The other thing, now the other...
No. We have to go to the moot issue. No. I'm sorry, Ejaz Makbul. You have to go to the moot issue. I have seen the court judgment. What the court judgment is saying, it has laid out principles of common law.
The court has rejected the petition.
Sir, it has only put out principles of common law, and it has said the power to adjudicate must flow from a validly made law. So they have said that these one second, sir, 1 minute. They have said yes. They have said
one second. That the petition has been rejected.
Sir, please listen to me.
The petition has been rejected.
Sir, please listen to me. Ejaz Makbul, please don't. Let's not skim the surface. The issue is, it says the Dar-ul-Qaza is neither created nor sanctioned by any law made by the competent legislature. Does that say that in the verdict? 1 second. Does it say so? No. Yes or no? Yes or no?
But the verdict...
So
first you should see what was the prayer of the petitioner. Petitioner said that it should be disbanded. The Supreme Court has said that it is misconceived. It's not a parallel judicial system. If two parties are coming for some dispute resolution, that is permissible.
Sir,
the Supreme Court has not accepted the argument of the petitioner and has only advised the Dar-ul-Qaza and the bodies not to give any fatwa which will affect the rights of the people.
Sir,
we are not affecting that. We are not wanting to do that.
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Saying that.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Can I ask my question to you is?
Please.
My question to you is.
Yeah.
In the Imrana case, I go back to the Imrana case, when a woman was raped by her father-in-law and her marriage was declared illegal, right? The Darul Uloom Deoband had said in the court, and I quote, God-fearing Muslims being answerable to the Almighty obey the fatwas, other may defy them. My question to you is at two levels. First, let us be realistic. There is no consensual voluntary participation in this kind of a law. It is a forced consensus, forced upon an unwilling suspect and a victim in this case. It is also accompanied by a fair amount, sir. It is accompanied by a fair amount of social stigma and sanction. Am I right or wrong?
Nobody, any legal system will not accept it. It's a criminal act. Father-in-law could not have done it, and such a fatwa will not be. Nobody will ever say that it is the right fatwa or it is binding on people. But today's judgment. But let me tell you that today's judgment has not gone only on that.
So, Mr. Makbul, you are a very well-read man. Mr. Makbul, you are a very well-read man.
Judgment is about Mr. Makbul, where the Supreme Court has upheld that there is no parallel judicial system which is run, and the petitioner's contention is rejected, and it is misconceived. Now the other thing Supreme Court has, and just see, I have the judgment.
Sir, you're not
listening. Let me tell you one thing.
Sir, you're not listening. Sir, I have the judgment. There's nothing original in your argument. Please understand this, sir. I have great respect for you. You are going. No, 1 minute, sir. Your argument can be defeated with one example.
Judges are so cautious that they are giving an advice. They say that we would like to advise the Dar-ul-Qaza or for that matter anybody not to give any response or issue fatwa concerning an individual unless asked for by the person involved or the person having direct interest in the matter. So therefore the Supreme Court has been very cautious. They have only advised Dar-ul-Qaza, and we will abide by such an advice.
Subramaniam Swami, I'll only point out one thing, sir. Please, Mr. Makbul, your line of argument is completely flawed, broken and illogical. I'll tell you why. With great personal respect for you. With great personal respect for you. Sir, I'll tell you why. Sir, I'll tell you why. You listen to me. Just have the patience to listen. Sir, why when I can prove you wrong with one example. Will you listen to me?
In this country.
No, I'll tell you one example. No, I'll tell you one, and Shahid Siddiqui, you'll remember it. I remember that in the afternoon of June 29th, 2005, there's a person called Mulayam Singh Yadav, who you have had the pleasure of working with. He was asked, what do you think about this 19-year-old Muslim woman who was raped by her rapist father-in-law, right? And was asked to accept her rapist father-in-law as a real husband and divorce her husband. Do you know what Mulayam Singh Yadav said?
That's all wrong.
1 second. Do you know what's wrong? Do you know what Mulayam Singh Yadav said? Maulana Khalid Rashid, do you remember what Mulayam Singh Yadav said? Mulayam Singh Yadav said, sir, please, let the people know the ugly truth. Mulayam Singh Yadav said.
Mulayam Singh Yadav as the Qazi and the Mullah.
Mulayam Singh Yadav said the decision of the Muslim leaders in the Imrana case must have been taken after a lot of thought. They are very learned people. They understand the Muslim community and the sentiments. What about the sentiments of that 19-year-old girl who was asked to marry her rapist father-in-law? Maulana Khalid Rashid, answer me.
Responsible for what Mulayam says. But every ulama rejected it. In Imrana case.
Let Maulana Khalid Rashid answer.
Every ulama, every sensible...
Maulana Khalid Rashid, please, one at a time.
Imrana Fatwa said, nobody will accept it.
Maulana Khalid Rashid, please.
We all Indians, whether we are living in Uttar Pradesh or Kashmir or Delhi or any part of India, are governed by the Constitution of India, and this very Constitution has given us the right to follow the personal laws in personal matters. And today's verdict of the Supreme Court has very rightly make it clear that these Dar-ul-Qazas are not a parallel judicial system which we welcome from the bottom of our heart. As far as Imrana case is concerned, it must be made very clear that no Dar-ul-Qaza or no Darul-Ifta has given any such verdict which is being quoted on your channel. The verdict was given by a panchayat which has no legal sanction as far as Sharia law is concerned. So I think those people who are giving their views in regard to Imrana case, no Shariat has said that Imrana must marry her husband-in-law. This case cannot be taken in Dar-ul-Qaza since it is a criminal law.
Sir,
so Dar-ul-Qaza do not take... Darul-Qaza do not entertain any case which
I am asking you, what did the Darul Uloom Deoband say on the Imrana case?
No, it was not Dar-ul-Uloom. It was not. It was not Dar-ul-Uloom.
No.
It was a Maulvi in a village.
Has not said.
And a journalist went to him.
So then
that Imrana.
No, 1 minute. So then I'm asking you this. So then I'm asking you this. I'm asking you this. If somebody tries to enforce this law which says, if somebody tries to enforce any law which says, and I quote, if one has raped his son's wife and it is proved through witnesses or the rapist himself confesses it, right? Then haram musaharat will be proved. It means the wife of the son will become unlawful forever to him. 1 minute, let me complete. The woman with whom the father has copulated legally or had sexual intercourse illegally in both ways, the son can't keep physical relationship with her.
Arnab, I request you to read out.
See, this law can
marry not the woman who your
father-in-law whoever is a rapist.
This law.
Sir, these are
the job of the police to arrest them.
And my question also is my question. Let us go into the sir. My question is today, Aryaman Sundaram. I believe that in one country you can't have two basic sensibilities in law. For example, there was a fatwa issued against the all-girls Kashmiri band.
Accept that.
No, there was a fatwa issued against the all-girls Kashmiri band Pragash by Mufti Bashiruddin, the Grand Mufti, that was endorsed by the Darul Uloom Deoband, was it not?
Nobody accepted it. Those girls.
What do you mean nobody accepted it? Those girls were forced to leave performances. How can you hide behind the fact that nobody...
Yeah.
Subramaniam Swami, let's go. Subramaniam Swami, Aryaman Sundaram, Subramaniam Swami.
May I
Subramaniam Swami.
make the constitutional position clear? Because they are quoting the constitution.
1 minute.
Not enforced to abide by it.
Sun lijiye 1 minute.
Well, I think Arnab, you should give a fatwa for them to keep quiet while I am speaking.
Let him speak.
Yes, we will all accept.
Okay, thank you.
Mufti.
I want to make the constitutional position clear. There is no constitutional sanction for either the Sharia or the fatwa or a separate personal law. All that happened is that the demand for uniform civil code was put in the directive principles, and it was held not to be justiciable, but it was held as a principle of governance. So in this vacuum, they have continued with their past practice. Number one. Number two, Article 25.
1 minute, let him complete. Let him complete, Maulana.
Rights, they say any religious practice, is subject to reasonable restrictions of morality, public health and public order. And I say that in this case where the girl was raped by a father-in-law, it's highly immoral for them to say that it is within the law
that case
and
has
it is
nothing to do with Islamic law. No, that case has nothing to do with Islamic law. No Dar-ul-Qaza has given its verdict regarding the Imrana case. Imrana case was a criminal offence and it should have been tried in the court of law, and it had already been tried in the court of law. Neither Darul Uloom Deoband, no other Sharia court has given any such opinion regarding the Imrana case.
Really? And what about the fatwa?
As far as the
what about what
Yes.
ma'am, 1 second, please answer one question. What position did you take against it? What position did you take against it? I am asking Maulana Khalid Rashid,
Did you condemn it?
did you condemn it?
I took a position. I wrote against 10 articles. I wrote 10 articles against the
I am
Imrana
asking
case.
Maulana Khalid Rashid, 1 second please, can the guest in Srinagar keep quiet?
We took
please, for a
position
minute?
against that.
Can the guest in Srinagar keep quiet for a minute please? Tell me Maulana, what position did you take against it?
against what?
Against the Imrana case, what did you do?
No, we had
what?
clearly said in various TV. We had very clearly said
I
in
don't
all our
remember
TV
even one occasion when
interviews
you
at
said
that
it.
time. Yeah, I have given
I don't
my
remember even
interviews
one
in
occasion when you
2005.
vehemently or passionately
As far
said
as-
spoke against
No.
it.
As far as Imran's case is concerned, Dar-ul-Qaza will not entertain this case, and no Dar-ul-Qaza in India has entertained the Imran
So
case.
tell me what
This
about
was related to the
what about the
criminal law
Darul
of the
Uloom
country.
Deoband saying that it is against modeling by Muslim women, saying exhibiting bodies by Muslim women by modeling is against the Sharia? Is it against the Sharia?
We had
what?
We had made it very clear that
We had what?
That the fatwas that
we had what?
that are issued are the personal are the Islamic opinions of the clerics. It is not binding on the parties.
No, but who's asking you to
It
give
is
your
on
opinions on these
parties
things in
whether
this free country? This is a free country.
The concerned parties come.
And you ban photography.
No, I ask you one more question.
You what? Yeah, go ahead, Subramanian Swami. One more question. That's it.
One more question.
Yes,
in their personal laws, civil litigation, have they not said that 2 women witnesses are equal to 1 male witness?
You tell me, you are talking about uniform civil code. Will you be able to convince the Nagas, the tribal, to follow the uniform civil code of the country?
No, this
Why
is
are
no.
you
One second.
giving the Muslims of the country?
Aryaman
I want to ask Mr.
Aryaman Sundaram, I want to get Aryaman Sundaram into the debate.
Mr. Subramanian
I want to get Aryaman Sundaram into this debate. Please realize.
He has given the example of Saudi
Don't do
Arabia.
this. This is not a uniform civil code argument.
We are not concerned with Pakistan or Saudi Arabia.
Sir, then you are concerned. You don't even. The fact of the matter is.
We are only concerned about the Islamic laws that are present in our country.
Sir, this country runs this. Sir, 1 second. Can the guests in Srinagar just keep quiet for a minute, please? You don't get embarrassed, but I'm going to read out all the ridiculous fatwas. By the way, Aryaman Sundaram, as I come to you, I'd also like to remind that an edict prohibiting women from becoming judges was put up on the website of Darul Uloom, following a question related to the same. So women are also not allowed to become judges. All these things will embarrass Maulana Khalid Rashid, but they can't be allowed in independent India. 1 second.
I have to leave.
Aryaman Sundaram, I'm coming to you, Mr. Madan, a minute.
Arnab.
Okay, let Muslims of India.
Sir, please.
Arnab, can I?
Yeah.
Arnab, I think this entire issue of either this judgment as to the fatwas not having legal sanctity or otherwise affecting personal laws is totally misplaced. Let us understand one thing. Look, there is one fact that the personal laws of each religious denomination is respected. We are talking about law enforcement or law adjudication bodies. Merely because you have your personal law doesn't mean you also have your own law adjudication bodies. If there's a specific personal law which applies to one religion, the court, when applying the law for any dispute in that religion, will apply the personal law of that religion. But that is far from saying, now forget that court, we will have a parallel judicial process. This is what the Supreme Court has really said. There cannot be a parallel judicial process. This has nothing to do, for example, the Muslim religious laws or the Hindu laws so far as marriage, so far as inheritance are concerned, are both different. But the Indian courts, when applying the law to any dispute, applies the law of that particular religious denomination. But what is now being asked for with the fatwa system and being interpreted is, it is our right to adjudicate, our right to implement, and our right to execute.
Yeah.
Which is not so. Nowhere does the Constitution give an individual court, give an individual judicial process for any religious denomination. And I think
no
this is where the whole error is
has demanded. No Muslim institution has demanded that the fatwas must be enforced by force. No Muslim institution has demanded that the fatwas or the decision by the Dar-ul-Qaza must be enforced by force.
Professor. Sorry.
It is completely on the concerned parties wish whether they want to abide by the constitution or not. No.
What concerned party? Don't hide behind the concerned party argument.
Listen.
Why
the
then,
parties which
in
come
that
to
case,
the
why are you worried about this
for the
judgment?
resolution of their dispute, they are free to abide or not to abide by the decision.
Sir, you are trying to rule these.
I think you've said it repeatedly. Can I answer you?
Yes, Aryaman Sundaram.
I will answer you.
Go ahead.
Why then are you worried about this judgment? Have you read the judgment? The judgment is very clear.
We are not worried.
The judgment says that
we have welcomed the decision.
Are you in?
We have welcomed the Supreme Court.
No, one second. Aryaman Sundaram. Aryaman Sundaram. No, Mr. Sundaram, you know, that's a very kind of glib reaction that Maulana Khalid Rashid is giving. He says, I welcome the decision. We're not enforcing anything. We are just saying that girls can't play bands. We're just saying that women can't be judges. We're just saying that women can't wear skirts, and that, you know, photography is not allowed, videography is a sin, that watching cartoons and animated films is un-Islamic. We're just saying these things, and it's also accidental. According to Maulana Khalid Rashid, it is accidental, like politicians like Mulayam Singh Yadav jump to their defense, give these so-called innocent pieces of advice, innocently called fatwas, which is just, you know, innocent advice being thrown around.
There is one other
but why then do they get politicians to back them up?
No, listen,
the
kindly
judgment
tell me
notices
we are
the kind of psychological pressure these fatwas put.
No, first kindly tell me we are a citizen of this country. We are governed by the constitution of this country. This country has given us the right to follow our personal laws. We are completely free to profess and practice.
No.
Laws.
No, not in.
Yeah, we are the Shariat application. This Shariat application 1937.
No, I will tell you the correct position. You are subject to Article 25. You are subject to Article 25. You have to abide by morality. You have to abide by public order. You have to abide by public health.
In personal matters. You cannot force us to not to
follow personal law. Maulana Khalid Rashid, neither do you have any business or any right saying anything or doing anything. You can't even speak a sentence. You may be a Maulana. You can't even issue a statement, issue a word, or speak a sentence which seems to be passing a decree about any individual's personal rights. But you repeatedly do that. And then you say, I'm not enforcing it on anybody. You can't even say something that hurts my sensibilities. You can't say something which infringes on an individual's personal rights.
We are completely free to...
You can't put psychological pressure, the fear of stigma, social ostracization on individuals. Aryaman Sundaram was making that point to you if you only listen to him. What about the trauma some of your fatwas cause? Your fatwas are not like drinking a bottle of soft drink. It's not an easy thing like that. Your fatwas carry with it a compelling psychological, debilitating, social ostracizing force. And you have crossed the line several times.
You must check your language. No. While speaking regarding any religion, you must just check your words and language. You are hurting the religious.
Sir, I am telling you that a fatwa was issued.
No.
Sir, I am telling you a fatwa was issued against the all-girls band called Pragash by Mufti Bashiruddin in Kashmir that was endorsed by the Dar-ul Deoband or not? You tell me, was the fatwa against the girls band endorsed by the Dar-ul Deoband or not?
We are not saying.
Was the fatwa against the girls band? Why are you shouting when I'm asking you a direct question?
And we
I am asking you today.
have put right.
Did you endorse the fatwa against the Kashmiri girls band?
And according to the
Did you, Mr. Maulana Khalid Rashid, Mr. Maulana Khalid Rashid, I know what I should say and what I should not, and I am asking you today, was a fatwa issued against the all-girls Kashmiri band Pragash by Mufti Bashiruddin in Kashmir or not?
Religious scriptures of any religion, you must check your words.
Mr. Khalid Rashid, are there fatwas which have created controversies?
These fatwas, none of these fatwas has been issued when someone has asked for the Islamic concept and the.
So my question to you is, take my question. Why don't you take a question? Take a question. Why aren't you taking a question?
Make it clear.
Why aren't you taking a question?
Said that non-Muslims should not do.
Why aren't you taking a question, Mr. Maulana Khalid Rashid? Why are you on the back foot? Why don't you take a question?
Only been issued regarding the Muslim.
Why don't you take my question? Are you scared of taking my question?
You are welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. My question to you is, this Darul Uloom Deoband in the Saharanpur district of Uttar Pradesh, you know about it?
Yeah, I know it.
Thank you. You don't get worked up. Did it endorse the fatwa against all-girls Kashmiri band that was issued by the father of the Deputy Grand Mufti who is sitting on the program today?
You have only one issue.
Please, can he answer? Yes, I have that issue. You don't have any right to break other people's fundamental rights. It's a free country. You have no business doing that.
As far as
you have no business. Do it in Pakistan. Don't do it in India. Go try doing it in Pakistan. Do it in Pakistan, not in India.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
As far as fundamental rights are concerned, nobody has the right to interfere in the fundamental rights of a citizen.
So these girls, so what are you going to say? One minute. No, what you're going to say is, what you're basically now going to say is, it is the fundamental right of these girls to stop playing. These girls chose to exercise their fundamental right. Who are we? Our fatwas have no influence.
It is the it is the right of the girls to perform.
No. Answer the question. No. If the girls stop performing, answer the question. Why are you not answering my question? My question is, the girls stop performing as a result of that. Do you feel they came under your pressure? No. Do you feel they came under your pressure?
No.
Do you feel they came under the pressure of the fatwas? Do you think voluntarily? Oh, the girls voluntarily gave it up. Aryaman Sundaram, fantastic line. This exposes it.
Girls are completely free whether
girls are free. So Aryaman Sundaram, here's the argument. Blame it on the girls.
But if
issue the fatwas, issue the fatwas, get the fatwas backed up, then blame the girls.
And ask for the religious opinion. We will give our religious opinion, but no one has the right to enforce that religious opinion on any individual.
So, but that's what you have enforced on these poor girls. Aryaman Sundaram responding to you. See the fragility of your arguments, Aryaman Sundaram.
No. We have not enforced some elements in Kashmir.
See the fragility of your argument, Aryaman Sundaram responding to you, sir. Please, the free country.
We condemned it today also.
We condemn it.
May I answer you, please, sir? May I answer you? Look, the point of the matter, you cannot go away from it. It has been recognized in the judgment of the Supreme Court that we all know, and we cannot pretend that we do not, that there is no sanctity to the fatwa cannot be enforced, etc. We all know the amount of psychological pressure that fatwa brings in, the amount of social pressure that fatwa brings in. And I think everyone is well aware of this. However much we try to say nothing of this is enforceable, we know exactly how it is enforced, maybe not in a judicial manner, but in an extrajudicial manner. And that is what the judgment says, that this is a dangerous issue, and therefore no fatwa should be issued in respect of any person, any individual who is not invited the fatwa, who has not come and asked for a decision in a matter.
Understand that. Understand.
Nor should it be issued when a fundamental right is involved. And the reason is because we all know, and we can try to be naive and pretend after all we are not enforcing it. We know the psychological pressure.
No, but he's not accepting the psychological pressure. He says all of these things people
I'd like
do
to
all
add
the
an
time.
amendment. I'd like to add an amendment.
Arnab,
Yes,
Arnab, I only have one point.
Ijaz Maqbool and then Subramaniam Swamy are coming to you after Ijaz Maqbool.
I want to add an amendment.
Arnab, see, I have only one point. The entire can I make a point?
Let me finish. There's a short point. I want to say that even if the courts of India take the act according to the codes of the separate religions, it is subject to Article 25, which says that you cannot violate morality, public order and public health. And all religious laws are subject to those restrictions.
Yes, Ijaz Ahmad.
Disputing it. Now, Arnab, let me just make a point. Today's judgment was focused on the petitioner has come with a prayer to the court that Dar-ul-Qaza are a parallel legal system which is being run by respondent number 9.
Technically they are not.
Personal law board.
Technically they are not.
Court has categorically held it is not. Number one. Number two, one very major thing which you must realize that there are large number of destitute Muslim women. Let me make a point. Let me make a.
So you're dodging the real issue. The real issue is whether
there are a large number of destitute Muslim women who approach Dar-ul-Qaza because their husbands have deserted them. Dar-ul-Qaza issues notice to them, holds a proper inquiry and allows them to get their marriages dissolved, and that issue has not been touched upon. The court has said it's an arbitrary.
Sir, I am asking you, sir, please understand. Sir, it's like saying tomorrow that there are khap panchayats and there are khaps. Now they exist, they have a social sanction. They have no legal sanction. No, one minute. They have no legal sanction. They have I'm getting into it. No, sir, I'm getting into it tomorrow.
I'm only on the issue of Dar-ul-Qaza. I was appearing for All India Muslim Personal Law Board.
Mr. Ijaz Maqbool, I know your point, but you are not answered. You are not coming to the moot issue. The moot issue is this is the India of 2014. 1 minute, sir. India of 2014. I can give you zillions. Sir, I can give you zillions of examples.
To profess his own religion.
Sir, nobody is coming in the way of professing their own religion, but you don't understand. These are matters of law. When it is matters of law, you can't have courts based on Bhagavad Gita. You can't have a Christian court based on a Bible. You can't have a Buddhist court. You can't have a Sikh court. You can't have a Jain court. You can't have a Muslim court.
No.
That's it.
No, we are not having that way. It's supposed to.
You can't have a Muslim court in this country. You can't have a Muslim court in this country.
It is permissible in law. Court has held today in the judgment that if two people are wanting their dispute to be, there is a redressal system provided for and in fact they have advised Dar-ul-Qaza not to issue any fatwa of that sort which will affect the rights of people.
Sir,
but at the same time,
I don't know, you are a lawyer, you should know this, but in any case I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you one thing. You're a lawyer, you should know this. I can bounce this off Subramaniam Swamy, Ariman Sundaram. This, sir, can the guests in Srinagar just listen?
शरिया शराब के खिलाफ है, बेरारवी खत्म हो गई, शरिया बेहाई के खिलाफ है. अगर आप इन चीजों को भी यही कह रहे हैं कि इसको बंद करिए, इसको नहीं मानिए, तो फिर खुदा ही हाफिज है.
सर,
आप समझते क्यों नहीं है क्या?
सर, आप
अगर किसी
मिस्टर Pirzada
होगा, absolutely right.
Mr. Pirzada, you understand one thing. Mr. Pirzada, be logical today. Be logical. Just listen to me. There is a Muslim Personal Law Shariat Application Act of 1937. I know about it, right? It guarantees the prevalence of Muslim personal law for Muslims in civil matters. But remember one thing. Please remember, अभी आप ये politics की बात छोड़ दीजिए, logically कुछ बात कह रहा हूँ आपको. It does not, no, 1 minute. It does not anywhere, Aryaman Sundaram does it, call for the setting up of a parallel authority to adjudicate over disputes pertaining to the Muslim community. Does it do that?
Not at all.
Does it do that, Mr. Sundaram?
हम ये कह रहे हैं,
नहीं, that's it.
मैं समझ गया आप क्या कहने जा रहे हैं.
You can't have these courts then.
It's one judicial system.
Yes, Mr. Sundaram. Mr. Sundaram is telling you something.
There's nothing wrong
Yes,
about
let
it.
me answer you. There is one judicial system, there is one court system. That court will apply laws which may be applicable to any people. You cannot have different courts for different religious persuasions. Then why are you a secular country if that is what you have? The purpose of a secular country is that you have one court, but the court respects personal laws with respect to marriage, inheritance, other things of any particular religion, and will apply the law which applies to that particular religious couple and will apply that law. But there cannot be two courts. And even the court said, even willingly if people go for this,
okay, so I have one question.
For resolving a dispute, the fatwa is not legally enforceable.
No, one second.
That is correct.
No, one second. So there is a, so 1 second.
For Muslims,
A question.
for Hindus it is not. So for Hindu community, Islam is binding for Muslims, not for Hindus.
Sir, please remember this. The Supreme Court of India, आप जरा समझ लीजिए मुफ्ती जी और पीरजादा जी, the Supreme Court of India cannot have lesser jurisdiction over God-fearing Muslims as opposed to a Shariat court or an Islamic seminary. Just understand that. The Supreme Court of India in India is supreme, right? You can't say for a God-fearing Muslim the Sharia court is the only recourse to justice. You understand that? You can't invoke God to justify the validity of a fatwa. That's intimidation. And there is intimidation in the garb of invoking a religious sanction. The Supreme Court in particular took exception to the Dar-ul-Qaza which had issued a fatwa in the Imrana case, where it declared her marriage illegal after she had been allegedly raped by her father-in-law. Because in the Supreme Court, the Dar-ul-Qaza that said God-fearing Muslims being answerable to the Almighty obey the fatwas, others may defy them. Sir, we have to go by what is right and what is logical. You can't say that these courts are only advisory in nature. They carry a social sanction, don't they? They carry a social and religious sanction against them, a strong one. I don't know why Maulana Khalid Rashid, you're not open to that fact. You should be open to that fact.
Kindly tell me, today Supreme Court has said that Dar-ul-Qazas, the decisions of the Dar-ul-Qaza and Darul-Ifta can be termed as illegal but not unconstitutional. Now kindly tell me, Supreme Court itself has said that Dar-ul-Qazas cannot be termed as unconstitutional. That means that Dar-ul-Qazas are governed and are working within the framework of the constitution. So why do anybody have anything to say against the personal laws of the
No. Again you've got it wrong, Maulana. Again you've got it wrong.
Now, how?
Again, I'll tell you why. Because I have given you so many examples to prove that these fatwas infringe into people's individual rights. You give me a guarantee that never will you even dare to go into these areas. The debate is over. But you won't say that.
No Muslim.
You won't say that.
No citizen of
voluntarily
India.
People should come under
it. I'm saying no citizen of India, whether he belongs to any religion, has the right to interfere in the fundamental rights of any Indian.
So then what about women playing? So what about women wearing skirts, women playing sports, women becoming judges, watching cartoons, music, modeling? Why? Tell me about that.
Girls,
which areas do they go?
Free to what? Do all that? Girls are free to Girls are free to take up any profession. But
answer what I said.
Will come and
answer what I said.
But if anyone will
you're again stuck there.
But if anyone will come and ask the ulamas that whether girls or boys or any Muslim
then you're infringing into personal areas. Once again, Subramaniam Swami countering that.
To follow certain professions.
Subramaniam Swami countering that.
The same will be given according to the Muslim Sharia.
No. So you can't infringe into these areas. Then Subramaniam Swami last counter to that. It's an interesting debate. We have heard different points of view, but there is lines of disagreement. This is not, by the way, this is not just about today's Supreme Court verdict. This is about the broader issue of fatwas per se. Yes, please. Subramaniam Swamy, closing remarks.
Yeah. Now, first of all, there is a double standard which the Muslim community practices. In Australia, United States, they accept all kinds of regimentation.
I completely object. I completely object with this statement. This statement is hurting. That the Muslim community are following double standards.
Oh, how can it hurt you? Have you demanded Sharia in Australia? Have you demanded Sharia in Australia? The Prime Minister said, if you want Sharia, go away from Australia. We don't want you here.
We are living in India. India is our country. We are concerned only with our country. We are not concerned with Saudi Arabia, Pakistan.
If you are living in India, if you are living in India, you will have to abide by Article 25 of the Constitution, which means that all your religious rights are subject to restrictions under morality, public health and public order. And you can't decide whatever you want as being a citizen of India.
Okay. We don't want to take your advice. We are already abiding.
Please read the Constitution.
The article of the Indian Constitution. We have read. I have.
Please read the Constitution.
And we are abiding
by against Muslim
Article 25.
We are not
okay,
ready
gentlemen.
to take your advice in this regard.
Gentlemen, the point is this.
We are already abiding by the Constitution of our country.
Gentlemen,
they will be governed by Sharia law.
We are concerned only
Mufti Nasirul Islam.
in India.
Mufti Nasirul Islam, I just have one piece of advice to you.
Other countries.
I have one piece of advice to you and to your father. Let everyone play their music. Let them have bands. Don't get into people's individual spaces. This is a free country. Thank you very much for joining me on that debate.